Welcome in, one and all. Yes, it's time for your favorite, my favorite, everybody's favorite, three guys before the game. This is our preview to West Virginia's encounter with the Houston Cougars Saturday at high noon Eastern
time,
11 a.m. Central. I like the early start on the road. We're going to talk about that. We've got Textual Healing. We've got spreads on stats, and obviously we've got Hoppy's obvious observations, so let's do it. Three guys brought to us by GoMart. Get that GoMart rewards card and immediately begin saving on your food and your fuel. Tomorrow is the day. It's Halloween. It's Thursday when we record this. Big Candy has its biggest day of the year tomorrow at GoMart. Whew. Unbelievable.
I think we uncovered something here.
About Big Candy?
I think they've had to reverse course after our expose, calling them out with kickouts. We'll get into that later.
We'll know that. Three guys brought to us by Lou Wendell Marine Sales in St. Albans. They sell family fun. Visit LouWendellMarineSales.com. By Tudor's Biscuit World. Start your day the homemade way with a Tudor's biscuit. Start your next event that needs catering with Tudor's. They'll do that for you and more. Three guys brought to us by Comax Business Systems, keeping West Virginia's business data safe, secure, and efficient for 25 years. By Jan Dills, attorneys at law, they won't take no for an answer. Simply don't do it. They won't take no. And by Conley CPA Group, providing value beyond numbers.
What if I told you just a couple years ago?
Yeah.
Well, Tony, West Virginia is finishing up the conference schedule with Houston, Colorado, Arizona State, and Texas Tech. Red conference rivals.
Yeah, that's about right.
Would have lost everything I had.
That's about right.
Is that weird? Is that it? Just I know we talk about the game, but something hit me this week. I thought this is still weird.
Not surprised that it hit you, because I think you could probably make an incredibly strong argument that as we record this on the 29th day of October 2025, college football has never been as crazy, bizarre, scattered than it is right now. We started firing coaches. We started talking about firing coaches in September. We started firing coaches before the month of October could even get through. We're talking about tens of millions of dollars. Hundreds of millions of dollars. We're talking about, on the other side of it, just get away from football, we're talking about bringing professional G League players in for college basketball. We're talking about these just mind-numbing, like Hoppy just said, last three league games, right? Houston, Arizona State, Colorado. Now, it's so crazy. It's so crazy that we accept the Texas Tech game. Like, well, why wouldn't we play Texas Tech?
I was just going to say, what's crazy about what he just said is you go, yeah, Texas Tech, longtime rival. Like, that one feels right. Like the other three, what are you doing playing Colorado? Texas Tech? Yeah, of course you're playing Texas Tech.
Why wouldn't you play Texas Tech?
Like, that seems totally normal. Here's the other thing. Not only are there hundreds of millions of dollars going out to people to not come into the office, one. Two, not only are multiple coaches fired, they hired a coach today. Kent fired its coach and hired a coach. Now, he's the interim, and he was on staff, but they went ahead and just made a hire.
Yeah.
So we're not even to Halloween, and we've fired and hired. Done the whole search, hired a guy.
And I didn't even bring up.
It's not even Halloween, Kirchhoff.
And I didn't even bring up the Wednesday press conference down there in Louisiana.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Where the governor, honest to goodness.
What, was that unusual?
Honest to goodness, when I watched it the first time on the social medias, I thought it was an AI fake-out job. I'm going like, there's no way he's got – so they started to look closer to see, like, how good did they do the lip sync? Did they have the lip sync? And then I see Ross Dellinger talk about it, and I went like, oh, my goodness, that was for real. I got him going, talk like that, Kate, and then what? Scott Woodward not going to name my coach. I'll tell you that. Scott's not going to name my coach.
I loved it. Because Brad and I were talking in our meeting before the broadcast here today, is that when it's not us –
when someone else is in chaos. Well, again, because no one's helping you when you're in chaos.
No
one's calling to see is everything okay. You guys doing? Everybody else is snickering and giggling. So go ahead, everybody. You figure it out.
I'm not going to name that new coach.
Penn State's up there spinning in circles right now because I thought weren't we told Matt Rule was the lock?
Matt Rule was
a lock.
Had to be Matt Rule.
As first reported by 100 outlets that it's going to be Matt Rule.
Right.
Matt Rule. He signed an extension today at Nebraska.
By the way, Matt, how many coaches, including Matt Rule, should give a donation to Penn State?
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Just forget
for helping with the race.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's a wild time. There's nothing like the drama of college sports in general, but college football in particular. But then we say it all the time because we're all nuts too. Guess what happens in 48? Get right back to the games. Let's go. Here we go. Play the games.
Well, see,
and as soon as we get into this game, I'm giddy to talk. West Virginia's struggling. Its offenses look bad, and I can't wait to talk about the game. Hop, it's the games.
Exactly.
Games
Sunday through Thursday is an off-the-field soap opera.
Yes.
Every week.
Yeah.
And then we'll stop the soap opera on Thursday. Friday, Saturday, we just do the game. And then Sunday, we start it again.
You start with the firings on Sunday, and then it goes from there.
I would like to have a blood pressure cuff on the people in the athletic department at LSU that are going to make this decision when the governor crapped all over Jimmy Sexton. When he crapped all over Jimmy Sexton, for those that don't know, is the agent of all agents. He is the agent of the absolute elite level of coaches. And so he ripped his AD for cutting the deal with Jimbo Fisher at Texas A&M. Then he came to LSU and did a large deal with Brian Kelly, but he really didn't. It was the previous LSU AD. He kind of got that a little bit confused. Nevertheless, so he craps all over Jimmy Sexton, questions his ethics for being able to represent all these coaches and these athletic traits. Now, how do you think Jimmy's going to be? How do you think Jimmy's going to handle this new LSU search? What do you think's going to happen there?
Well, I think he also got the agents confused too.
Yeah, he did.
Because Trace Armstrong has one, Sexton the other. So be it.
Well, but
I don't know. I don't care. It's LSU. Figure it out.
So you enjoy watching other people?
No, I wouldn't say I enjoy it. It's people's livelihoods online. So I wouldn't say I enjoy it, but it's not here. So whatever, man. I mean, whatever goes on, goes on. You guys figure it out.
Is it kind of like a car fire when you just have to go by slowly? You just kind of like rubberneck it a little
What's
bit.
going on there at LSU? Penn State? Penn State, what are you doing up there?
Having covered politics for years.
Did you really?
Yeah, a lot. Well, it was a show I had. You probably weren't familiar with it. On once or twice a week.
Interesting.
But that typically politicians will temper their remarks. Like they'll couch it a little bit. They'll say like, "We're very concerned about the situation at LSU, and we certainly hope they make a good decision, and we have confidence in." He just says the AD will not make the decision. I mean that there's the soundbite. It just was so definitive, right? It was classic, and it reminded me. This is a generalization and probably not fair. Just like the South, like the SEC. Here we go. It's on.
And that bad guy now got that Scott Wood. I got named the board of governor gonna name that new coat. Yeah, we'll get good coat. It's unbelievable.
Well, those circuses aren't done. Far from done.
No.
Oh no, they're coming. They're
far
more.
from done.
There's more. There's more.
And each one of those hired. I mean, now what are there of Power 4? 12, 11? Not in Power 4, but total.
And we're not breaking new ground here. There is no way they're all going to hire people fan bases are happy with. Like you wonder why the circus continues.
Yeah.
The expectations are what they're. There's not enough people out there to hire that are going to be. Oh yeah, it's a great hire. Made a great hire.
Yeah.
Good luck, everyone.
Three Guys Before the Game is brought to us by Lou Wendell Marine Sales. Yes, we're into the final days of October. That means chances are that your craft, if you own one already, your craft is out of the water. Service available at LouWendellMarineSales.com, or might be a pretty good time to go in there and say, hey, what do you have left here before we close the year? Obviously, some great opportunities. I mean, you walk in there, there's going to be everything you're going to need for your boat, whether it's a pontoon, one of the G3 John boats. They got everything. They even have motor oil. I mean, when I say everything, they got everything. Life preservers.
Tubes.
Got the whole thing. Tubes.
Depth finder.
Located in St. Albans, been in business for 40 years. Award-winning Lou Wendell Marine Sales. They sell those Avalon pontoon boats made in the United States of America, and that's always a good thing.
Hurry, because summer boating seating will be here soon.
I mean, you're either going to – it's not too early to get ready.
Agree.
If you're ready to go. You had a bad year.
Bad year.
You did not get out much at all. You have to make a commitment next year to get out there more.
Bad year.
We get an early start next year.
Weather, stuff, just
stuff.
Couldn't get done.
Stuff happens.
Three Guys also brought to us by Gomart. Saturday's coming, which means if you go to a Gomart and have the Gomart app on your phone like all of us do, in that case you get triple the rewards points. And chances are, man, you might have a little leftover Halloween candy by Saturday when you walk in there. Oh, is this clearance item here?
Yeah.
Triple. Think about that little home run. Triple your rewards points on Saturdays and maybe take a little advantage of the extra Halloween candy.
Be a good time to buy.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. If you were with us on our last episode, you heard the new song Might as well just do it again. Time for Hoppy's obvious observations.
He's got thoughts that sound brand new, but they're things we already knew. He's got his lip balm ready, heaven knows. Let's make it quick before his bladder blows.
Yeah, baby.
It's Hoppy's obvious observation.
Nice.
Nice.
I have a song now.
I want to meet that guy who sang that. He did a
pretty
hell of
good.
a job on that.
It's probably a computer, though, isn't it?
Just let it go.
Okay. So, guys, Brad, you like to talk about it's a week-to-week business, which it is. So you wonder, can West Virginia build on this? They showed you some things against TCU, especially, on both sides of the ball. Can they continue that? Can they build on that? Can they do even better offense, particularly running the football and on third down? So can they build on that success this week on the road against a good opponent? That's first thing.
And that's a great start because that's the number one question, I think.
Okay,
Go ahead.
that's first.
Nice job.
And you'll get into the stats, but Houston is a solid 7-1. The only loss was Texas Tech, but I'll get to that too in a second. But a good defensive team, fundamentally solid. Their quarterback, Connor Wegman, his numbers might not wow you, Tony, but last game he had 2 touchdown passes, the win over Arizona State. Ran for 111 yards, so you got a dual-threat quarterback.
Doesn't make mistakes.
So you got to deal with that. Fundamentally sound team. And I think this is the biggest thing about Houston, is that they're just, you look at the stats in Big 12 and nothing in particular stands out except maybe not turning the ball over, but they're just fundamentally solid. You don't find a lot of weaknesses. And Brad, I'll be interested in what you come up with. When I look at an opponent, I usually find something that I go down a rabbit hole and it interests me. And for me, for this game, it's Willie Fritz. Willie Fritz, and when they hired him 2 years ago, I think all of us said, uh-oh.
Dang, wish they wouldn't have done that.
Yeah, that's trouble.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, and Fritz has this, he's been a head coach since 1993. He's coached at the junior college level, college level.
Coached at Blinn.
Blinn. And everywhere he's been,
Blinn.
he has had success. And that second year has been huge. At Blinn Junior College, he went from 6-3-1 to 9-2. At Central Missouri, went from 5-6 to 8-3. At Sam Houston State, went from 6-5 to 14-1. At Georgia Southern, he was there just 2 years, but was 9-3 and 8-4. Tulane took him a little longer.
Tulane.
But after a couple of subpar seasons, he was 7-6, won the Cure Bowl. His final 2 seasons at Tulane, 12-2, won the Cotton Bowl, and 11-2. First year at Houston, 4-8, and so far this season, he's 7-1. So obviously, he knows what he's doing. Obviously, he can coach. The record shows that he can coach, and that's a concern in this game. And this I love, that he has developed 5 keys to success over his years of coaching. Now, this is I want to set this up because this is going to break new ground. No coaching. There's a lot of brilliant coaches out there that do amazing things.
Right, yeah.
Here's what he came up with.
This is first fruit.
First fruit. Brad, don't turn the ball over. Control the running game. Have solid special teams. Don't beat yourself with penalties and mistakes. Now, I know that that's earth-shattering stuff. I'm trying to be funny. But you know what? It works. Okay? It works. You do those things, and 9 out of 10 times, 8 out of 10 times, the other team will screw it up.
Okay, stop for a second.
Okay.
Let's give me those 1 through 5 again, and let's put West Virginia as the team, and we'll see where things are going awry.
Don't turn the ball over.
Yeah.
Put emphasis on controlling the running game. Have a good running game.
Haven't been able to do
Control
that.
the running game. Have solid special teams.
Just average.
Don't beat yourself with penalties and mistakes.
Yeah, their penalties have been significantly down, but mistakes allowing those big plays.
A lot of turnovers.
A lot of mistakes.
A lot of mistakes. And Brad, I know we'll get to this turnover numbers. So I was thinking, we were talking about Louisiana. So I think Louisiana Governor Jeff Landry ought to make a phone call and say, listen, it's a short drive over.
Ooh, stealing.
To there. Now,
Willie Fritz probably too smart for that.
Probably too smart. And he's 65 years old, so maybe that would be an issue.
A lot of family in Houston, he says.
Yeah. So, but think about this for a second. I know when these stories are talked about, guys, it's always about the biggest jobs and everything. And the draw of the biggest job is there's all this money, and either you win a national championship or you get fired and pay $50 million for not working. So there's a lot to attract you to a big job. But if you're Willie Fritz and you're at Houston, where players are falling off trees, where if you lose a game, they're not after you with pitchforks, where he's making $4.5 million, he'll probably get a raise and go to $6 million or whatever, that's a pretty good job. That's a pretty good job for a guy at the tail end of his career.
Agreed.
So those are so he might, I don't know him from Adam, so I don't know if he's interested in the big job, but he's got a pretty good job if he wants to stay. But I would think others would be looking at him because of his track record of success.
But quite frankly, shouldn't somebody have called him before?
It should have.
Tulane and then Houston, shouldn't a bigger job than those have been on him before? Yes. I do think it's interesting because we've talked about this more on the basketball side. There's been a shift. And I wonder if and when it comes to the football side, to your point there about always having to hire the name. In basketball, we've seen, because the recruiting ties to regions and high schools aren't what they once were, because you're going to go buy most of your roster, that now it's shifted back to, well, who can X and O? Who's a good coach? Who can run a program? Who knows how to be a head coach? And basketball, we've seen some guys have chances taken on them, right? Smaller schools getting opportunities. I wonder when that happens football-wise. Because it'll happen. I just wonder when that will be. Now, it's a much bigger machine, and it's a bigger program to manage, and that's probably the biggest difference. Basketball is still kind of basketball. Whether you have 5 assistants or 2 assistants, it's still kind of the same. So it's easier in that realm. But I just wonder when it gets back to, we're going to find a guy that can really coach here, instead of just a name and keep throwing stuff against the wall that's not working.
Those are all good points. Javi, does that conclude your segment?
That does. And I'm in the kind of in the Willie Fritz fan club.
No, it's good. No, really good. You know, I think he and Lance Leipold are 2 guys that have been doing it a long time.
They know.
And they might just go like, no, I'm pretty good where I am. I'm going to ride this horsey out there. Because as you said, if Houston just gets the players that leave Houston and want to come back home,
it's a big edge.
You're doing really, really well. Ladies and gentlemen, that has been Hoppy's Obvious Observations.
Well, that was something we already knew. Obvious thoughts from Hoppy's point of view. This segment has been brought to us by Blistex. The lip balm in the blue can, soft lips, smooth talk, that's the plan.
Thank you very much. Yeah. You increase lip balm when the seasons change? Like, will you rank it?
Yeah.
It goes up now, November, December, heavy.
Absolutely.
What do you think the heaviest month is for your lip balm usage?
Just the winter months. The winter months.
January is stronger than February, or how's it tail off?
I don't know. It depends. I try to stay hydrated, which helps, but the winter months.
Okay. 3 guys before the game, brought to us in part by Comax Business Systems. Textual Healing coming up. Spreads on Stats is coming up. Folks at Comax, they're huge. What they're trying to do is they're trying to knock Big Water off of the pedestal that it stands on, because Big Water has been controlling this market with those heavy plastic bottles that people have been lugging into their business place. You don't need it. All you need is one of the Comax Business Systems I-12 water coolers, or one of the water coolers that they have. Like, no more bottles. It's right there on the wall. You plug that baby in. It's got cold. It's got hot. It's got ice. How nice. Visit Comax Business Systems. They got that piece of gear.
We have to connect the water to it. I mean, it doesn't.
But I mean, that's a one-time thing. That's a one-off. It's not like you have to pick up that big bottle, flip it over, make sure you don't spill it, and where's the other one coming on? You know what I'm saying? Just, who needs it? Comax Business Systems, I-12 water cooler, plus they got every single piece of business equipment you could possibly need. Time now for Spreads on Stats. Brad is going to break this thing down. Is he finally going to give us something to get excited about?
I bet he will.
You think he will?
I think he will.
Well, heck, let's do this thing then. Spreads on Stats, brought to us by Conley CPA.
We'll just go right to the numbers. Here comes a heater.
Let's jump into the analytics portion of the show.
Ready? 5, 4, 3.
Spreads on Stats, brought to us by the Conley CPA Group. They provide value way beyond the numbers. Think about what we're saying there when we say they're going to provide value beyond numbers. Like, regular accounting firms, just numbers. These people are business consultants with you. They walk you down the road and put you in the best situations. I had to make a call to Conley CPA recently.
Excuse me?
Yeah.
What happened?
Yeah. Family friend, a situation, works for a company out of this state, and they were trying to figure out a way to lessen their tax liability on excise taxes because they sell product nationwide, and they're doing it online, and then the state they're operating in doesn't have sales tax, so it became an excise tax question. I called my guy Mike.
Mike just handled it.
I said, Mike, you familiar with this? He goes, yeah. He goes, look at that. I said, okay, I'm going to put you two together. You guys run over there and talk excise. So that's the kind of stuff that they do. So if you think you're paying...
So it wasn't like outsourced CFO. It was excise tax issue.
They can outsource your CFO. They can also outsource your accounting. They can do all that kind of stuff, but they also guide and work with you on that kind of stuff.
Helpful.
Very helpful. Good guys. Good people. I shouldn't say guys. There's girls over there, too.
Yeah.
I mean, Sam, over there.
She's wonderful.
She's terrific. So check it out, Conley CPA Group. All right, what do you have?
All right, let's dive in.
No glasses today?
I forgot them, so it might be a problem. These numbers might be totally wrong. Can't see what I'm doing. I thought you might bring up situation here. Do you think you have a situational advantage? Let's meander through this. And by the way, this is full participation here because I've got a lot of numbers, so you might need to jump in with questions to break up the straight numbers. At first, I thought you might be in a situational advantage. Off their biggest win under Fritz, right? On the road at Arizona State. That was a massive program win. You mentioned they're 7-1. They have legitimate Big 12 title hopes at this point. You look at the rest of their schedule, it's not inconceivable. No. They could be 11-1. Yeah. So starting to get a little tight down there? I mean, you're in there, right? Can you get a tight Houston team out of this maybe? Early kickoff? Okay, right? And just the fact that you're 7-1, are you due for some regression? I mean, is this an 11-1 team? So at first, sixth straight game? They're playing for the sixth straight week, and there's some things you like.
Well, timeout. Who were we playing? UCF was in their fifth game in a row.
I'm going to keep riding it.
We're fine.
Going to keep riding it.
Okay,
might pay off.
All right.
It is a tough week down at Houston, though. You talk about that roller coaster from the win over Arizona State, like the high of the highs, to the passing this week of their longtime strength coach, Kurt Hester, which is just a tragedy down there. Battled cancer for a long time, so that team's going to be really emotional this week. So I don't know that there's a situational advantage to it, but it's one that maybe you have some situational advantages. Okay. Maybe not a total, but keep an eye on that.
Okay.
Keep an eye on that. All right, let's dive into some hard numbers here. I'm going to go back to the EPA side of things, where Houston's defense, you mentioned it, has been really good going against a West Virginia offense that's still struggling in this area. 129th nationally, West Virginia's offense in EPA per play. Houston's defense, number 32. So here's what I want you to watch. I'm going to read this, and then we're going to come back to this here in just a minute. West Virginia's offense has really struggled to generate any kind of positive EPA all season, but especially in the passing game. Right? Especially in the passing game. 129th overall in EPA per pass as well. Houston's defense, top 30 in both EPA per pass and EPA per rush prevention, meaning West Virginia is facing, just off that number, one of the worst stylistic matchups it could. Okay?
Okay.
But I don't know.
There's a but there. Is there a comma but?
I got some questions on that. We'll come back.
Question.
Is it your opponent adjusted?
We'll come back. Just remember that. We'll come back to that particular number.
Okay.
Early down efficiency is going to be important in staying on top of schedule. Again, West Virginia's offense has struggled in this area, which has set up the third and longs, but Houston's defense has been very good, 27th nationally in early down EPA. So can West Virginia break through that, set up some third and manageables, which it did against TCU? Now, couldn't convert the third downs at a rate high enough it needed to, or fourth downs, but it was better in early downs. Then you move on to that third and fourth down conversion efficiency. West Virginia's offense is dead last in this category, third and fourth down conversion. So that's been a problem. That number was pushed further by the struggles last week on those end of drive downs. Houston's defense is 49th in this category. So pretty good, pretty solid again. Can you win third down? And if you can't win third down and you're going for it on fourth, can you win some fourth downs? Just watch that. Field position and drive starts. I'm also going to come back with just a straight number on this here in just a second. Huge advantage for Houston when it comes to starting field position between the two offenses. This is one of the better teams in the country, is Houston. Again, I'll come back to this, but here's what this means. I thought this was interesting. On average, Houston's drives start 7 yards closer to the end zone than West Virginia's drives do. Over 12 possessions in a game, regular number of possessions in a game, that creates an extra 1 scoring drive per game when it comes to expected points. So right out of the gate, if those things play to their numbers, they have an inherent built-in advantage just from an expected points. And that's just one category, but that's a pretty big advantage right there. Here's the field position number itself. That 7-yard advantage could be massive. It's not the 10 we always talk about, but if West Virginia can't find a way to flip that, you've got to get better field position because you're not creating explosives and you're not showing the ability to march down the field offensively. And defensively, you continue to put your team in tough spots as you did against Pitt, as you did against TCU. So just watch that because that's an inherent disadvantage for West Virginia right now. All right, now let's flip back over here to those passing numbers for a second. Well, no, hold that. Okay. I'm going to go to Houston's offense for a second.
All right.
Did you know they have the worst pass blocking grade in the Big 12 per PFF?
First I've heard of this.
So what do we say every week about West Virginia's defense? What's a critical component of the defense having success?
Pressure on the quarterback.
Has to get pressure. In the games West Virginia has played better, it has gotten what? Pressure on the quarterback. Can you get some pressure on Weigman? Can you get after him? He struggled to throw the ball beyond 10 yards or further down the field. 49% completion percentage on throws from 10 to 19 yards. 39% on passes of 20 or more. Although remember, your percentage is going to be lower on those long passes. But he has thrown 8 of his 10 touchdown passes in those zones, in that area, the 10 to 19. So can you get after him and can you force some incomplete throws, getting you off the field, leading to no points on their drive? Can you force them to throw it and then get after Weigman? So if you're looking for avenues to a victory, I would say that's way up the charts. Take a quarterback that has been inaccurate on some throws underneath, get after him pressure-wise, and get off the field if you can control early downs. Houston struggled to run it. Now, you mentioned Weigman's numbers. He was very good against Arizona State running it out of the quarterback, but they've struggled overall doing this. So this is probably not a surprise, but listen to these numbers. Weigman has 10 touchdown passes and 1 interception when no play action, when he just drops back to throw. But Hoppy, what do we like to do with the raw numbers? When you get the 10 touchdowns, what do we like to do with the raw numbers on this program? Do we like to peel them back and maybe go a layer below?
Underneath that, yeah.
Huh. So we like to get into maybe what's underlying there, which we did last week on Hoover, guys. Called for an interception. It was right there in the defensive back's hands, chest, bounced off. We should have had, the numbers told us there was going to be a pick last week. There really should have been.
Uh-oh, here we go.
This week, I'll give you this. Weigman, 7 big-time throws, 7 turnover-worthy plays off that no-play action. 10-1 is the raw number. 7-7 is the big-time play turnover-worthy.
So you
got a pick or two coming?
Well, it hasn't happened yet. Was he throwing 1? Interception?
Yeah. So, but remember, turnover-worthy plays can be other things if you get a little pressure. He has fumbled 6 times on the year. Can you get a turnover too?
You need some short field.
Pressure,
need a pick
turnover.
6. Need a scoop and score. And you need to cheat a touchdown.
Pressure or turnover. All right. Let's go back to that first counterpoint about the really good Houston defensive numbers. Maybe we can slide in there and find some cracks, Hoppy.
Okay.
Second best defensive grade in the Big 12 right now, so they're playing really well. 4th best coverage grade in the Big 12, really good. But 12th pass rush grade in the Big 12. Oh. We saw West Virginia have success doing what last week?
Throwing the football.
Scotty
Fox.
That offensive line did better in pass protection than it did run protection.
Say Sky's going to get a little time is what you're saying?
Can you throw it a little bit? If those numbers hold, can you get a little time to throw? And if you give Fox time to throw, that's probably a pretty good sign. Here's another counterpoint or a little hope statistically to that really good Houston defense. Their EPA numbers are outstanding, as I just gave you, expected points added. But success rate, which is each play, is it successful or not based on the down and distance? They're just 92nd nationally against the rush. And they're 48th nationally against the pass. So still good, but not as high as those EPA numbers. Coupled with the lack of a pass rush so far, can West Virginia throw it again? I mean, that's a lot of numbers to get to the point. Can you throw it again and move the ball as you did against TCU after the first 3 drives?
So when you get under the numbers, like you tend to do, you're not wowed by the 7-1 and what some of the general statistics say. You're seeing opportunities. You're building a case.
Well,
you're building a case, right?
And also that's what I'm trying to do as well, right? I'm trying to go into that saying, all right, West Virginia's really struggling. I get it. Houston's playing great at 7-1, but there should be some regression both ways, right? Houston should give you a game or two back. West Virginia should win one. I know all the issues. I get it. But if you want to look at the strength of schedule, you can. West Virginia's played the 18th strength of schedule.
Their schedule has not been as difficult.
By Sagarin ratings. Houston's down like in the 80th. Yeah, Stephen F. Austin, Rice, Colorado, Oregon State, that really good Texas Tech team, Oklahoma State, Arizona State, which was a big win for them. Maybe. I know they're having a great year. But if you're trying to build a case, it's maybe that. Pressure Weigman, force a couple turnovers. Then on the offensive side, maybe you found something last week so that when you look at those straight numbers and see West Virginia struggling against the pass and a great pass defense, well, that's a little bit different because West Virginia's pass offense, I think, this week should be better than it's been at any week throughout the season, right? A lot of those bad pass numbers were built up against quarterbacks that didn't throw it real well, quite frankly. I think you got a quarterback now that throws it pretty well and an offensive line that can protect maybe a little better than you did earlier in the season. So maybe. I get what the records say, Hop. I'm just trying to look at something and say if you want to build a case through there, maybe some situational things, maybe some on-field things. Can you get those turnovers and cash in? Maybe.
All right.
Yeah, I mean,
maybe it's there.
Yeah. And you did as well as you possibly could without your glasses.
Absolutely.
Pretty solid off of that.
I think that what Brett did was a summary of what the West Virginia coaches worked on this week. Those things.
Like a defense attorney, he kind of just opened up some things that, hey, consider this.
Yeah.
I just opened up the possibility that there is more than a reasonable chance.
Yeah, because listen, given the struggles, you can't come on here and say, here's definitively what's going to happen, right? But there are some things there that you look at if you go in and do your job. But I think the best point made was your very first point of the obvious observations. Can West Virginia now stack another performance while on the road that resembles last week but is just a tick better and gets you over the hump?
Yeah.
And that's a major question mark. I get it, but there's your questions. One last thing. Let's talk about what the numbers have done betting line-wise. So Houston sits as a 13.5-point favorite on DK, DraftKings, and FanDuel. That's come down just a little bit. If you're interested all-time, or I'll give you season then all-time, this is the 4th time they've been a double-digit favorite this season. They're 3-0 straight up, 2-1 against the spread in the previous 3. They're 25-5 all-time over the last 30 games straight up in this situation when they're a 12-point favorite or more, but just 11-19 against the number.
Okay.
So if that part of history holds, keep it close. Maybe you steal it at the end. West Virginia, a double-digit dog for the 5th time this season, 0-4 straight up, but 2-2 against the number, including in 2 of your last 3 games. West Virginia 6-24 over its last 30 straight up as a 12-point or more dog, 17-13 against the spread in the last 30. It's just point of reference.
And this to me, I mean, every game is its own unique story, but Tony, if you go into that game, and again, I don't want to go moral victory, but even if you play as well as you did last week or better, you can go, okay, well, they're improving or they didn't cash it in. But if you go in and get whacked, then last week will look like an aberration. Mm-hmm. So there's significance to this game and how this team is perceived.
Yeah, can the defense do what it did again last week and look pretty good and disruptive?
Yeah.
And if you can, maybe you can really disrupt a Houston offense that has struggled at times this season. And then I'm just anxious to see Fox get back out there again. We know what freshmen do, right? It's hard to be consistent as a frosh. Can he go put together another second really good game through the air? Protect him, throw it. Cam Vaughn and others step up. Can you move the ball offensively?
And Tony, in that Arizona State game, though, they had like 26-0, right? Before Arizona State got some late touchdowns.
Arizona State just puked the ball up all over the place. I'm wondering if we can have one aberration before the season's over with the Mountaineer running game. Like actually play 4 quarters where you run the ball, because that would be
huge.
so fun to watch. If you were able to run the ball, then you start to make this offense do what it's supposed to do. But until that happens, there's going to be more long days. Speaking of the game on Saturday, did you take a look at the Big 12 injury report of Thursday?
Oh, I haven't yet. Let me look at that.
So your outs are the names that you already know. They are officially listing Jalen Henderson as out. But doubtful, this is a new name, Kimo Makaniole, who's the starting right side guard, has become doubtful.
We see a little Josh Isosa in there.
Yeah, so that's not a good one. Questionable, Preston Fox, Malik Agbo. Agbo's got a high ankle.
Yeah, and he was starting to play, right? We've talked a lot about Agbo. He was starting to get more reps, started last week. You were hoping, or at least I was hoping, to see him a little more in these last couple weeks. What do they have him listed as? Questionable?
Yeah. And probable, Justin Smith-Brown and Khalil Wilkins as probable. We'll see on that. And then the Houston side, there's nothing there really. Stacey Sneed's a second-string running back, but he's been out for a couple, and now they list him as questionable, so he could be coming back.
But in that wild, you wonder why you're 7-1?
Yeah, look at the
compare injury reports for a team playing in its sixth game versus a West Virginia team that's only a couple weeks off a bye, and the injuries continue to stack.
Yeah, and who's injured?
So
who's injured for West Virginia?
If you just take a look at the injury report, and you add up out, doubtful, and questionable, and probable, Houston has 5. West Virginia has 13. Not a good recipe.
Think about this too, guys, and we've mentioned it from the skill positions, but you're on QB 5 or 4 or whatever the heck it is, and running back, whatever that is, 4 or 5 as well. If Haslam, Agbo start again, and I know he just showed up on the report, and then you put Isosa in place of Chemo, that would be 60% of your starting offensive line from the beginning of the season has changed out as well.
Yep. Mountaineers playing in the state of Texas, guess what? Jan Dill's attorneys at law, they've got clients in Texas. Why? Well, because that's one of the 50 states, and they've got clients in all 50 states. They specialize in military benefits and Social Security claims. If you or someone that you know needs help in that area, and it can become a very tangled, bureaucratic, difficult process when you file claims for military benefits and Social Security claims, by all means, contact Jan Dill's attorneys at law. That phone call won't cost you a single penny. You don't even have to worry about how many minutes it's going to use on your monthly mobile phone account. Remember those days? I'm out of minutes, man.
Yeah.
Like I make a quick
call.
Minutes, yeah. Just give them a call, Jan Dill's attorneys at law. They will walk you through the process, and they have people that do it every single day. So it's a big battle. They're there for you, and it doesn't cost you a penny unless they collect money for you. Visit Jan Dill's attorneys at law. That's Jan Dill's attorneys at law.
Tony, speaking of running backs, we're going to see big Curtis Jones back there?
No. Was
that just Rich Rod?
I kind of no. He's repping them. He's going to rep them. But I always giggle.
How that story exploded?
Yeah, it just I knew that about a 3 weeks ago. Mm-hmm. And Rich mentioned it in passing this week. Someone brought it up, and it mushrooms. There's all these people writing Curtis Jones, a high school running back, 1,700. No, probably not. He's had a really good year on defense. And I'll say this, and he'll start.
I do like it. I hope he does.
Yeah. But what he's looking for, he doesn't have a physical big back.
And he's a big dude.
Yeah. And so you've got Jacklich there, but maybe I'd be...
Do it. Here's why it's Tony, you hate these things. Here's why it's a story. You're more than halfway through the season. You're struggling. You're not winning. You can't run the ball. You're a sports writer. You're looking for a hook. Somebody mentions that.
I understand.
I'd go with that all day. Are we going to see Curtis Jones in the lineup? What will we do on 4th and 2? Bring in Jones. And when he does, if he does, you will love it. You, as an announcer, you will love it.
100%. I don't disagree. But I get bummed out when
running back in high school. He's a big boy. Put him right in there. Just bang it right up in there, Curtis.
I get bummed out when I look back at other players, this season that we spent so much time talking about right? So much time talking about, so-and-so. If he gets eligible, you got. That's what you got.
I know what you're referencing.
That was just an absolute waste of breath. So, like, when someone goes like, Curtis Jones, like, I love Curtis Jones. He's going to be a really good player here, but, like, don't think he becomes the featured back. I don't see that.
Well, that's not what he said. What did he say, Brad? What did he say?
I put him in short yardage.
Because they're having trouble at short yardage.
Might get 4 touchdowns, be on the Heisman list on Monday. Curtis Jones going to run the ball.
All right. West Virginia University scored a major upset Saturday as Curtis Jones ran for 3 touchdowns and 38 yards.
I hope he does.
Hey, I'm all good with it. I'm just saying, like,
Which Rodriguez said.
No, I know what you mean. It became the de facto storyline of the week. I know what you're saying. I still hope he does.
Rodriguez said, quote, "We've been talking about this much of the year and decided we needed some help in the running game."
Listen,
so
there's a lot of worse ideas out there than putting a guy at his size behind a line that just struggled last week to get 6 inches. So if he can manage it, I mean, you're not asking for a toss, sweep, and 4 play. Just hand the ball and get up in there.
Dude, you're preaching to the choir. I understand. I get it.
I hope he scores.
3 Guys Before the Game is brought to us by Tudor's Biscuit
He will love
World.
it if he scores.
You will make such a big deal out of it if it happens.
I'd start using the
Give him Big 12 Offensive Player of the Week honors. If he punches it in, say it right on the air. There's Curtis Jones. He's playing both ways. Should be Offensive and Defensive Player of the Year or of the week.
I like
That'd
the
be great.
I like
4 tackles, pass deflection, and rushes for a touchdown. I'm coming in here Heisman in the damn thing if that happens on Sunday.
He's a very nice kid.
Great kid.
Very nice kid.
Yeah.
Block.
I would use the Mountaineer mash formation more.
Right. Well, with him.
Yeah.
That'd be fine.
Yeah.
But like,
That's a lot of big boys. Now you got to get it inside the 5 there. Get it down to the 2.
Put him under center.
Hold that thing right up in there.
Well, why can't
7
you?
linemen and Curtis right up in there.
Why can't you use Mountaineer mash in the middle of the field? 4th down in a yard. Like, why not just bring the heavies in there and go, hey, what the heck's the difference?
Okay. Great.
Party season starts this weekend. Halloween parties, right?
Yeah.
You got events. You got tailgates coming up here. The folks at Tudor's Biscuit World, they'll jump right in. They got you covered, man. They cater. They can cater. All you got to do is call ahead, pick it up. You got an event coming up, do it with Tudor's. Man, think about that. If you're watching in at home, I mean, there's some pretty tasty victuals right there. So catering by Tudor's Biscuit World is available to you.
Can you get some of that sausage gravy on the catering menu?
Sure, anything that they serve in the store, they can bring it out to you remotely.
Will they bring it to your house?
You want it at your house? Heck yeah, they can do that. Sure. Absolutely.
We didn't get copies of the.
Give them
These copies?
I need one. Yeah, there should be 2 there.
What do
You
you
can.
These are my commercials.
You can. That's. I don't need one.
Here, you take it. You can pass out this.
I thought we worked this out in the meeting prior to the show.
Textual Healing is brought to us by episode800.com. That's where you can buy all of our stuff. Apparel, coffee, popcorn. Pass that down. And soon to come, Southern Italian organic olive oil.
Really?
Yeah, I'm working on that.
What?
Southern Italian organic olive oil.
Don't start your nonsense.
Is that true?
Yeah, I'm working on that one. Working through some customs right now.
Just worry about the popcorn. It is almost holiday season.
Oh, that'd be perfect, yeah.
Hey, keep this in mind, by the way, folks. As you know, the Mountaineer basketballers open up the regular campaign on Tuesday, and then before you know it, after a few games here on the home boards, we're going to head down to Charleston, South Carolina.
The hardwoods down there.
Yeah, and guess what? As I first reported on this program, there's an off day in the tournament down there. It's Friday. You play Friday, and you play Sunday, which means Saturday is going to be open, and I am calling for a live 3 Guys show because we're not going to sit around all day and not do anything. So we got to do a 3 Guys live event.
Okay, stop right there. Just stop right there before you overpromise something else.
Probably going to partner with the Alumni Association down there. Low Country, I know them. Went down there, spoke. Of course, you knew that down there at Citadel. I went and spoke down. The Low Country WVU alums are great people.
I don't know if that's done.
I'm just saying.
Are we going
It'd
or
be
not?
great.
I mean,
I don't know
you
if
guys
that's
will be
done.
there. I mean,
There's a place down in Isle of Palms called Lawrence's Seafood Company. Be a perfect spot. But it's limited. There's only going to be about 200, 250 spots available. But that Lawrence's Seafood
Is
Company.
that done?
Superb.
Is that done?
I'm calling it early.
Or did you just pull that up on Google Maps and pull up a place? Like, seriously, have you talked to somebody about that?
All precincts have reported we're going to do a live event down there on the Saturday. So if you're going down for the if you're going for the best,
I do know that.
What is that?
The live event has legs.
So that is going to happen.
The location, I don't know. I don't know that.
You're
You might
right.
be right.
I tell you what, menu's pretty good. Lawrence's Seafood Company down there.
You're right.
He
He just Googled seafood restaurants.
Right. We're going to be
Charleston.
somewhere else. He's going to have to go over to Lawrence. What is it? Lawrence's?
Lawrence's Seafood Company.
He's going to
in
have
Isle of
it
Palms.
catered into another place. Excuse us, can we bring food into your restaurant? Because we promised it'd be at Lawrence's, but it might not be.
I just know this. The last time we were there,
Are we going to button that up?
there was a great Mountaineer turnout the last time we were there. So if you plan on being there to the basketball event, as soon as we announce this event, jump it, because I'm told there's only about 250 spots.
So what's your level of confidence?
110.
Really?
Yeah.
Can you get there?
I hope we can get this done.
I'm working on that. Homeless is
Efforting.
working on that. Efforting.
That's it.
Ben in Chicago writes, so Tudors has catering now? I am an industrial sales guy. I often bring in breakfast or lunch to our clients. If one of your listeners could kindly open up a Tudors in the Chicagoland area, I could bring that in for a catered breakfast. It would absolutely blow their minds. I would probably be able to buy one of those Tri-Tunes from Lou Wendell for boating next year. With all the sales I could do, I could win for that. Yeah. So there you go.
We should
need
look into
a Tudors in Chicago.
We should look into a 3 Guys franchise in Chicago.
Tudors now doing catering. 3 Guys. We as West Virginia fans need to look at some facts. These are not advanced senator-powered stats by any stretch, but by the time it is all said and done, it is possible that West Virginia will have played 10 bowl-eligible teams this season. Kansas and UCF, couple of wins away. Arizona State, Ohio, 1 away. TCU, BYU, Pitt, Houston Tech. Utah already have 6+. Super tough schedule for anyone, much less a pieced-together team suffering major injuries under a first-year coach. As always, I love the show. Kevin in Princeton.
You know, I mentioned that Sagarin rating that West Virginia is 18th in schedule strength right now. Isn't that funny how that works out too, Hop? You finally get the non-conference where it needs to be. I get the non-conference is all set. And then the league, again, is what you thought the league would be.
Yeah.
Good league.
Yes, it is.
Now, I know national folks don't recognize that at all.
They don't know it exists.
No, because there's just 2 leagues to talk about. Really,
exactly.
1.5, because half of the Big Ten stinks too. But I know they don't recognize that. But again, another good year from the Big 12. Solid up and down.
May have created some controversy on the last show when I brought up the potato gun.
Told you not to do that.
So Texter says, potato cannon. Ha, ha, ha. That is so funny. Another texter writes, 3 Guys, you can use Aquanet hairspray with that potato cannon you mentioned after installing the sticker from a gas grill. Awesome fun.
Man,
Don't do that anymore.
Yeah, that's...
Do you want to know the rest of that story?
Conley CPA provide legal services.
I got several people talked about the potato gun. So here's the other piece of that.
Oh, jeez.
So the potato gun, we used to take cans, either pop cans or beer cans, cut them out through the tops and the bottoms off, except for the last one. You'd leave the bottom. And that's what we would do. We would duct tape them all together, and then you put the lighter fluid in, and you wave it, and it gets the vapor in there. You put a teeny little pinhole that you can put a lighter next to, and it shoots a tennis ball or potato. But there's another level of that uses PVC pipe. This is a true story. There's another level. So my knucklehead kids, when they were little, I
wonder where they got the idea.
They do a little research, and they find out that you could create an absolute disaster element with PVC pipe and some other things. So they tell Joan, they say, hey, Ma, we want to build this thing. So she goes, she didn't know, what damage it could cause. She goes, okay, we'll go to Lowe's. So they drive over to the Lowe's, and they go down in the section that's got all this gear, and she's got a list that the 3 knuckleheads put together. And so she goes, we'll need this much pipe, and we'll need this kind of a valve. And the guy looked at her, and he went
that should have shown up on
He said, what is this for? And she goes, well, they're going to make this gun. Guy said, I can't sell you this. I can't sell you this to make that.
Yeah. That stuns me that Joan was in on this.
Well, she wasn't paying attention. The kids there, she thinks it's a science fair project. These guys are going in there trying to create a ballistic device.
Oh, gosh.
That's what happened.
That was definitely your genes bleeding over into that operation from the knuckleheads.
Thank goodness for the stand-up guy at Lowe's. Have to flag you for national security.
Had to provide parenting because he's off doing whatever. Joan's not paying attention.
She thought the kids were getting a little smarter, it's a little science fair. Ma'am, I can't sell you those items. That creates a cannon. Anyway, Texter says, we're on our way to the TCU game last Saturday. I left early, decided to stop in Clarksburg and dine. Place we've never been for, the Caboose. After all, you did recommend it, and I remember you talking about being in the basement where the sauce was being made. Well, the food was fantastic. Told the server it was our first time there. She asked, how did we hear about this? And I said, told her, Tony sent me. She said she would share that with the owners. You were also talking about going or planning to go to a steakhouse that was supposed to be the best on a recent podcast. Well, you recommended a place several years ago that I think would be hard to beat, Burns Steakhouse in Tampa. Top 5 for me is I have to go there. I go there if I'm within 100 miles of it. Signed Steve from St. Mary's.
That's a good one.
Hop, you made it Burns before.
Have I?
Yeah. It was the night before a Mountaineer game. Remember, they bring you down into the basement.
Oh, yeah.
And you go upstairs for the dessert.
Almost like a cult type of a thing in there, isn't it? A little bit weird. It was a little weird when
saw Gary McPherson, one of our old dear friends, get the bananas Foster there. They wheeled the cart out, lit that thing on fire.
Gosh.
Great steak, though.
That's how you start that potato gun. A little fire gets it going. 3 guys, I love the discussion about BB guns, slingshots, and potato cannons in your last episode. It reminded me of being 11 years old and buying a knife with a 10-inch blade at the yearly town carnival with absolutely no adults present supervising me.
Is this from one of your kids?
If they had cigarettes and booze available, I think they'd have sold that to me as well. Love the show, JD in the Southern Coalfields.
When I was
Things were a little bit looser.
When I was a kid, they had candy cigarettes.
Oh, yeah. We sold them at my dad's store. Oh, yeah. They had 2 different kinds. One was just a pure sugar stick, and the other had the paper on it where if you blow it, the smoke would come out with the confectionery sugar.
I'm trying to keep it real.
Yeah.
Golly.
Tell Brad he is real. Spotted at the Charleston Civic Center.
Huh.
Oh, there he is, Brad.
That the Mothman?
Glenn and Scott Depot. Yeah, Mothman probably busy this weekend. Out there doing
I know he's real. I haven't disputed that. Others have.
Yeah.
Did I ever tell you that I know the Mothman?
You don't know.
Texter, hello, gentlemen. Andrew from Danville reaching out to you to let you know that the best seafood in the world is in Charleston, South Carolina. Hyman's Seafood. I know y'all are planning to get together while you're down here for the tournament. I recommend that you all either eat there or maybe work it out, have it catered by them. I have an aunt and uncle.
bring it to Lawrence.
We're going to need to now.
I have an aunt and an uncle who live near Charleston and are good friends with the owners. Let me know if you need that connection. I won't be able to attend that event. Just thought I'd pass on some great food ideas. I've eaten at Hyman's. I've been in Charleston. I've eaten. It's very good.
Did you keep the gentleman's phone number? Because we'll need to have it on his back deck since there probably isn't a location set yet that you just promised. Lawrence's can maybe cater it.
I'm feeling good
since
about
he's going to call the book that and they're going to say they're booked. They're busy.
Yeah. This is what I know about the alumni.
Because people want to begin to plan for that.
Yes.
So seriously.
This is what I know about the Low Country Mountaineers down there. Very organized.
Okay.
Very on top of it.
Unlike others.
I mean, there might be a few alumni association groups out there that might not have the great.
Are they on the level of
that's what I'm saying. They're organizing this, not you. They're in control of this.
I'm not involved in the organization.
Okay, well, then I'll go ahead. It's probably happening then.
Low Country.
Are they on the level of the Boone County Pig Roast?
Oh, they're right there. Level? They're right there.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, they're right there.
So that's when, in all seriousness, when is that? The Friday,
Saturday that we're off.
Okay, we play Friday, Sunday.
Friday, Sunday. We're off on a Saturday.
Okay, got it.
And we don't know where.
Right.
Okay.
Well, it's Lawrence's. You think Ren?
time?
You think Ren would come over?
Probably.
Is he going to be down there?
Well,
have you asked him yet?
No, I haven't talked to him about it.
We'll probably bring some people over.
I would think.
Yeah. Maybe have a little music. Huh?
Probably should do that.
Probably do a little music, kind of make it one of our Buffalo Wild Wing events.
There's a lot of people down there.
Yeah, it was a good time when we were down there last time. We won the thing last time when we were down there.
Where are we playing?
Right on the school there at the College of Charleston.
Okay.
Last time we were there, we beat Clemson in the championship. Beat Marquette in the other game. Had a horrible situation there. You remember that?
What?
Refresh my memory.
Oh, horrible. Pissed me off. Bad.
What?
During a timeout second half, the marketing people there, the brain surgeons that are in the marketing department down there in Charleston, South Carolina, put the dude with the baseball bat on his head.
Oh, I hate those.
Spun him around, and then say, okay, go shoot the layup. He goes, and then he runs straight into our table. Blew our equipment up.
Really?
Yeah.
I do remember that.
Pissed me off. And then
I would never allow the dizzy bat race. Always made me nervous.
No.
When you were in marketing, you wouldn't let it happen?
Wouldn't do it because I was always afraid you're going to fall into the dugout or you'd go down the steps or you'd
throw up or
walk
something.
into because you'd have to do it on the sideline. Yeah, you'd throw up or you'd walk out on the mound. You get hit.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things could go wrong with that.
The kid that hit me, I came to find out later, was from West Virginia.
Of course he was.
Shocker. From like Charleston.
Knocked you off the air? What, for how long?
Yeah, we've been water, and Jacobs was there, and poor little Jacobs, he can't take that kind of a shot, and that wasn't good. So I see. Let me just tell you
So we got to
this.
be on the lookout for dizzy bat race.
If those numbskulls do that bat again, if I see that bat, old TC's going to be standing up during the timeout when the old boy comes over. It'll be good night.
We're going to have a great time at Lawrence's. He's already offended the organizers of the event before we even get there. So I'll have to do damage control on that when we get there.
Yeah, look, he was just, that happened a while back, and he's still upset about it. But we're cool, right? We'll smooth it over.
All right, we're back on Sunday for a recap of West Virginia and the Houston Cougars, and then we'll also preview on Sunday Tuesday's regular season opener and
Let's go.
And historic game, Ross Hodges' first game as the Mountaineer basketball coach. We'll talk about that Sunday. Special thanks to producer Jake. 3 Guys Before the Game brought to us by Gomart. Get that rewards card. Download the app. Big Candy ready to take it over. Big Candy, triple rewards points on Saturday.
Here's what I was going to say about Big Candy. You know, that came about because a couple years ago they were pushing Kit Kats. Like 4 out of every 5 treats were Kit Kats. There was an inordinate amount of Kit Kats in the marketplace, which is fine. I love Kit Kats.
Sure.
You're saying the market was flooded with Kit Kats?
Flooded with Kit Kats a few years ago. Big concerted effort push.
Big Candy did it.
Big Candy got involved. Just don't get involved that much. Just put everything out there so we can decide. Walked by a display of candy the other day. I stopped to examine it, Kirchhoff. I wanted to get a look. Are we overloaded on Kit Kats? Need to know what to prepare for.
And
they flooded the market.
No, it seemed pretty balanced. Reese's, Snickers,
maybe.
Twix, Kit Kat. We had a nice selection.
Might be tariffs.
Then, of course, that's
Could be
the chocolate
tariffs.
side.
Could be the
well, the
tariffs.
free market has a way of working.
A lot of
things out.
Skittles over on the other side if you don't want the chocolate side.
We got small bags. We got big bag of Skittles.
Smaller bag. The smaller bags that come in the big bag.
3 Guys brought to us by Lou Wendell Marine Sales in St. Albans. They sell family fun. Visit LouWendellMarineSales.com. Big bag of Skittles by Tudor's Biscuit World. Start your day the homemade way.
You know, a big bag of peanuts is now like $15.
Huh?
Oh yeah, I was in the Kroger the other day. Big bag of peanuts.
15?
Yeah, a big bag.
Prices are just stupid on everything now. It's ridiculous. 3 Guys brought to us by Comax Business System, keeping West Virginia's business data safe, secure, and efficient for 25 years. By Jan Dills, attorneys at law, they won't take no for an answer. And by Conley CPA Group, providing value beyond numbers.
I think I want a Twix now. I'm going to head to Gomart up there, Postal Plaza. Get me a Twix.
If you can find one.
Yeah.
Well, Gomart will have it.
Okay.
We've done enough damage. Stay well. We'll see you.